Hey, I'm Scott, and I'm an American in Bangkok. Before I get into today's topic, please leave a like. Please consider subscribing. If you're going to subscribe, you can click the notification bell. You don't have to click the notification bell. I understand either way, but please subscribe. And everything you need to know is down there in the description. Today we're going to talk about a recent poll done by the National Institute of Development Administration, also known as the NIDA poll. And this poll was to determine how people felt about the reopening of Thailand in approximately 120 days. Now, a majority of people disagree with Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha's announcement to reopen the country in 120 days amid the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, according to the NIDA poll. The poll was conducted by telephone interviews on June 22nd through 25th on 1,311 people aged over 15 and over various levels of education and occupations throughout the country. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is maybe that poll is a little bit small. It would seem to me 1,300 people, 1,311 people is not that many. Asked whether they agreed with the announcement, a large majority, 73.46, disagreed. Of them, 53.55% were in total disagreement, reasoning that the country should not risk admitting foreigners while the pandemic was not yet under control, adding that the reopening should be delayed until most people in the country were inoculated. You think? And 19.91% were in moderate disagreement, saying they were not confident in the government's preventative measures. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, it'd be nice to open up, but definitely it would be nice to open up and understand that opening up means to open up safely. Now, unless they know quite a bit that I don't, and I'm assuming they do, I'm going to say that it's probably good for people to come in short term, but long term, if the infection rate continues to go up, then what's the point? The infection rate right now is going up. More people are dying. More people are testing and testing positive. So I don't know. This is 3 months out. 4 months out, 3.5 months out now. I don't know that it's the wisest move to open up the country. And I think, maybe it was done because the Prime Minister truly believed, hey, in 4 months we're going to be fine. We're all going to be inoculated. Everything's going to be copacetic. I don't know that his timing was the best because, as I said before, if he had waited until after July 1st, first of all, he would have some more information on how things were going in the rest of the country. He would also know about how things were going in Phuket after a few days. And if he had waited, say, a week and then figured out, oh, okay, not that many people are coming or people are coming in and they seem to be safe, then it's like, okay, let's open up. From the time he said they're opening up until now, the rate has not dropped. People are becoming infected. People are getting inoculated. I don't know that the numbers are going to make a difference short term. It's going to take months before this country is completely inoculated, if not a year. I don't know. But it doesn't seem that the math is going to add up to where 70% or more of the country are inoculated by the end of the year. And the end of the year is not October when they're opening up, so this is something else to consider. On the other side, 26.01% agreed, with 12.43% in total agreement, saying it would spur the economy and revive tourism-related businesses, while 13.58% were in moderate agreement. Listen, if I was to decide, if I had to make the decision, as difficult as it looks, I would probably say open up, because I think that at this point, if you don't open up, if something goes wrong, Afterwards, maybe you can fix it, maybe you can squelch it, but if you just do nothing, then the economy is just going to continue to spiral down the toilet, which is where it's going right now. If you do something, you run the risk of a greater outbreak, a larger outbreak, which is always a big fear. But you could possibly, the numbers could possibly drop, the inoculations could help, and then things would get better. So, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not in his position. I will say that. Asked whether they believe the government would actually be able to reopen the country in 120 days, a majority, 71.62%, said no. I'm going to say, as of now, I'm going with no, they will not open on October 1st. 27.16% said yes, and 1.22% had no answer or were not interested. Okay, well, I don't know why they really included that. You know, if you're going to poll somebody, they need to make that decision, but make the choice. Asked whether they were ready to accept the risk of reopening leading to a more severe outbreak of the virus and how much they would blame the government if it occurred, 52.56% said they would not accept any risk, and the government must take full responsibility. Well, if people are going to fall on their face and run out of money and be on the streets and not have food, if that were to happen, okay, the government is trying to keep their people safe, but maybe they've made a few decisions that might not be the best decisions, and thus the people are sitting there waiting for something to happen, and all the while they're running out of money, their businesses are closing, and things are getting harder and harder. So I understand, you know, the government, you live by the shield, you die by the shield. 11.29% said they would not accept any risk but would not put the blame on the government. On the other side, 24.56% said they would accept the risk, but the government must also take responsibility, and 9% said they would accept the risk and would not blame the government. Okay. The rest, 2.59%, had no answer or were not interested. Asked whether they attached more importance to economic survival or health safety. That's a good question. 69.19% picked health safety, 18.99% economic survival, and 11.2% said they were equally important. And herein lies the big dilemma. Do you want to go with the medical issue or do you want to go with the economic issue? You want to have medical problems or you want to have economic problems? You have to strike a balance, I think. And at some point, if the country is, if people are out of work and businesses are shutting, hotels are shutting, the tourism industry is in the crapper, there has to be some alternative. And I don't see the government passing out large sums of money to people that are going to tide them over for a year or so, or 6 months or whatever. So what is the answer? For me, the way I look at it is, get them inoculated. This is the problem. It's not happening fast enough, or maybe it's starting to happen now. The rollout is starting to speed up. It didn't happen fast enough, and now they're in a time crunch, and they have no more time left. So, anyway, that's all I've got to say. It's a difficult question, and like I said, I wouldn't want to be in the Prime Minister's shoes. Think for yourself. Decide what you want to do, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be responsible because he's the one who's going to determine what happens here. And there's nothing we can do about it. So, until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Choke D, Jerk and Mai. That's good luck, and see you later. Please be sure to click the like button, share, comment, subscribe, and look down there in the description. You can get your own t-shirt. I got several different kinds of t-shirts available. You can get one of my books. There's all kinds of things down in the description, so check it out there. Until next time, see you later.